Hi, good morning. We just had a wee few technical issues with one of our other instructors, so I know some of you have been waiting and wondering what's happening, so we're just going to start. My name is Debbie, and I'm going to take you through our Vinyasa practice today. I hope you're well on your Thursday before Easter. If you want to come and jump onto your mat, and I think today we'll start in child's pose. So just taking your toes together. I'll adjust the camera and I'm going to lose you. Just take the toes together and the knees apart. Take your arms wide and then just sink right down and just ease into this lovely pose, this introverted pose where your head's going towards your heart. Take a few centering breaths, just giving you the opportunity to drop yourself down. Onto your mat. Feel like you have got some space to land. Sighing away any tension or any distractions you might be aware of around you. Just imagine there's a paintbrush going up and down your spine, creating this movement. It's allowing the spine to open, to soften. And as you turn your head towards your heart, feeling like your ribs are lengthening. Just allowing the breath to really gently expand outwards. Such a beautiful pose to start a class with. Pose we can reflect. We can feel the back of the body expand. The softening of the shoulders. And start to feel your hips sink down towards your heels. And just walking your fingers a little bit further forward, like you're stretching or you're walking towards something delicious. Let's say that's an Easter egg, shall we? And then come onto your fingertips. So you're lifting up the forearms, you're lifting up the upper arms, and you're opening through the armpits. And then equally press those palms back down. Then as you press the palms down, I want you to feel the base of your shoulder blades. So if you think of your shoulder blades down the back of the spine, at the bottom of them they have a tip, like an angel wing tip. That's how I think of them. So you want to draw the tips of the shoulder blades towards your hips. So even in this position, you're forward down. Just slide them back so that softens the top of the shoulders. And if you press down through your palms, and then gently guide the tips of those wings just to push down towards your belly, and then drawing your heart towards your chin, so we get this sort of circular action from the shoulder blades and then inviting the space in the front of the collarbones. Come forward again as you, this time extend the fingers right out and pull yourself up into tabletop. So press the hands underneath the shoulders and create some movement here. So whether that's just side to side or maybe some figure eights today. Imagine that you're just working through all parts of your body. encouraging the breath to explore the body as you roll. And then coming the other way. So I'm hoping wherever you are, it's bright sunshine like in Nelson. It's just beaming through the window. I'll make some adjustments. I feel I'll probably disappear in the sun. And then let's just come into kind of a twist here. So just taking your right arm up and then spreading it underneath your armpit as you slide through and just sort of work through a little bit of movement in the shoulders. So I'm going to press the tops of my right knuckles down to the ground and I'm going to turn the body a little bit towards the left. And just release that. And we'll come to the other side. So just taking a bit of movement in the middle. Let's inhale up and then threading under. Again, pressing the knuckles down. So just inviting the arm to push down so that it opens the shoulders. We don't want to be dumping on the neck. So we're using a little bit of work across the knuckles to support that. And then inhale as you bring that back. Okay, let's tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. So just start to float the sit bones. And if you let this blossom, this shape, it takes a little bit sometimes in the morning. So I really encourage you to walk your feet. And then just maybe relaxing the neck and the shoulders. I like to think of the first down dog as being a place where we explore what's going on in the body. We create some breath, we create some space. And then we invite Thursday in. I'll shut the sun out a little bit. Easy to see maybe. From here, we're just going to inhale and bring our body forward into a plank. So you can bend your knees and your toes, but I want you to maybe just put your knees down for a moment, just so I talk you through it. The same thing, I want you to feel like the wingtips are pushing down towards your belly, and then your heart is lifting up to your chin. So we don't get this shape, we get this sort of drawing forward, opening shape, activating the shoulders. Take a breath. The spider just crawled past my mat. I'm not going to scream. And then come back to down dog. Inhale forward again. So trying to get the action of pulling the heart forward, extending the wingtips, knees or toes. Exhale as you come back. And one more time. Breathe in. Float forward. Breathe out. Beautiful. And let's scoop that right leg up. So just take a three-legged dog and then stacking your hips. So turning your hips, you're going to flex the foot and come into scorpion. So I've got the weight through my hands. I'm not leaning. I'm not twisting as much. I'm just stretching the right side open. Take a breath. And then place that foot down. Nice. And then we'll take the left side up. So again, breathe it up. And then bending the knee, stacking the hips, and feeling a nice, beautiful stretch along the left side of the body as we push down through the fingertips and soften through the shoulders. And then extend back. And again, taking your breath in. Walking your feet to your hands as you come into the front of the mat. And then just bow your body down. Come into Vinyasa, forward fold. You're just allowing the body to breathe open to the back of the waistline, the back of the shoulders. Press through your feet and maybe dangling the head. Imagine it's a ripe piece of fruit just about to drop off the tree. So you've got no tension here. For most of us, that's where we hold our tension at the base of our neck, where we just sort of tucks into that skull. So checking that you're not unconsciously holding on to that habit when you've got an opportunity to release it. And just roll the spine up. Bring your head last as you inhale. Just come up. And then draw the spine open. And come into what we call Tadasana, mountain pose. So your feet about hip width. And then open the body. A couple of breaths when the body just spread out. Imagine the breath is just radiating out to the whole body. Firm press your feet. Just drawing into the belly. Tuck your front ribs in so we don't get a flare. And then that shoulders, those wingtips are going to come down. They're going to press in. And then you're going to lift that heart towards the chin. Drop and soften the shoulders. Think about Tadasana or mountain pose. Just visualize a mountain, in the distance. It's quite majestic, isn't it? It's got this huge, big, powerful sturdiness underneath it, but it rises up to this beautiful peak. It's just sort of elegant and majestic, if you like. So that's how we want you to embrace this pose. Of course, all our standing poses come from this space, so take a breath. And then breathe out as you bow. Take a halfway lift. So shins or floor, we inhale and we open through the spine. As you exhale, place your hands down and just step your way back to what we call a plank. So we set it up before, so shoulders lift the heart, maybe your knees, and then come down as you roll through cobra. And as we come back up, press through the planks, the knees or toes, and then exhale as you come back through your down dog. Invite the breath in, then really let that breath go. Soften our knees, look between our hands. You can step where you can jump towards the front of the mat. Empty out, and as you inhale, stand firm, rise up. Exhale. I feel like I'm really doing sun salutations in the sun today. Breathe out. Halfway lift, float the body forward. Come down into your plank. Draw the body forward, so we have elbows in. If you're going to go for the up dog this time, and hug the elbows in. Do not land, and then roll the body open. Open the heart space. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Soften the knees. If you feel like more dynamic, then maybe jump forward or just step forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift. Breathe in, pull the body up. Breathe out as you step or jump your way back to your high plank. Keep it smooth as you come back down into your up dog or your cobra. You take the practice as you need it. Feeling like a strong practice today, you can certainly add the more dynamic stuff, the chaturanga. Feel like a softer practice, then just pull back a little bit. Let's walk or step our way to the front of the mat. We can come into chair pose, so as you press your feet together. Sink your hips, and then inhale as you lift up. If you have tight shoulders like me, I tend to pursue a wider base rather than jamming here. Lots and lots of fitness classes has created regular movement patterns in my shoulders. Thank goodness for yoga. And then sink down. You're either here or you're here. Big breath in. And then breathe out, bow forwards. Halfway lift. And step or jump your way back to a plank. Come through your chaturanga. Inhale, open. Exhale, down dog. This time it's scorpion up that right leg. So legs bend, push down, inhale. As you exhale, we're going to step that foot between the hands. Take a moment just to get the body used to being here. Pivot the back foot. I'm going to come into what we call warrior one or Virabhadrasana one. So I want you to plant the foot, press down, watch this hip tucks in and inhale as you ground down and rise up. Another pose that you may feel the arms need to be here, and that's cool. Beautiful. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, take the arms down, step your way back to downward facing dog. And let's inhale the left foot. So we take it up, we take it to the scorpion, we take the opportunity to stretch and open the body. Breathe in, and then step that foot through the hand. So again, just give yourself a breath or two with the ankle pivoting in. Give it a chance to feel like it's landing before you put that full weight down. Then inhale as you rise up. And again, maybe pressing the arms out. And I'm feeling like the body is working towards the front of the mat, although I don't want to pull anything. I'm sort of encouraging this left hip back, this right hip forward. Strong in your lower back, then hit the heel. It's all good. Or just move out, move in. Just kind of work the pose that suits you. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, come back. Step back to down dog. And then soften your knees and walk or step or jump your way to the front of the mat. But come into the chair pose set. Inhale, rise. Exhale. A little bit lower. Breathe again. Bow down. Halfway lift. Float the body. Step or jump your way back to your high plank to low plank. Up dog or cobra. Feel the body expand. And then exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot. Scorpion open. Dip it between the hands. Wait for the exhale to finish. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down dog. Lifting up the left side this time, so scorpion open. And step the foot through the hands. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink. Beautiful, yogis. Inhale again. And coming through down facing dog. Soften your knees. Look between your hands and then jump or step your way to the front of the mat. We'll come back through chair pose. Just going to get into a little bit of flow. Inhale. Sink low as you exhale. Inhale. Bow, breathing out. Floating halfway lift. Step or jump your way back to your chaturanga. Knees, toes. And then down facing dog. Right foot up, scorpion open. One big breath. Step your foot through. Warrior one, rise up. This time as you breathe out, warrior two. So turning your foot or adjusting your body to the long edge of your mat. And I come side on so you can see my right leg's in front. I'm extending out. I'm reaching my arms. I'm floating. See the body breathe through the pose. Awesome. Love this pose. It's so nice and open. Beautiful. And put this palm, inhale back. And as you exhale, come all the way through. Come through your chaturanga this time. So high plank to low plank. Or you can always opt to just go straight to down dog. That's fine. Yogi's choice always. And then let's take the left side. So inhale, scorpion open. Step it through the hands. Drop the back heel. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you sink. And we'll come into warrior two this side. So breathe in. And then breathe out as you're turning the body forward. Floating the shoulders, opening up. Beautiful. Twisting that middle finger, float the arms. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Awesome work. And then taking your downward facing dog, we're getting a couple of breaths in child's pose. Then settle on now. We'll take about 3 breaths where you're allowing the body just to soften, just to open. Just create the shape of the down dog. Now you've got a little bit of heat, a little bit of space in the body. It can be quite different. And you will embrace that. Okay, from here, we're going to inhale that right foot up. So just 3-legged dog this time. Don't worry about the scorpion. We'll take a stretch. So we're lifting up that right leg, the left leg, the hamstring, the left leg is getting a little bit of love, which is good. Another breath. And then slide that right foot through. Come into crescent lunge. That's where we're leaving the back foot heel up. And we're extending the body up. So again, here's good. Even here. Notice if the pelvis is tucked forward. I want you to tuck that in, the front ribs in, send the body upwards, bend the back legs, the back heel is actually over the ball of the foot. We're really going to activate this glute today. So heel over the foot, still reaching up. Yes, good. Take a breath. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Feel like you're expanding your heart open. And then as you exhale, take your elbow across as we kick our way into what we call twist. So this is a lunging twist. So you curve your back knee down. If you're okay to have it up, then lift it up, fire it up, send the back heel down, and then use your belly to lift and lengthen as you come into the twist. Beautiful. Inhale as you come back to the center. Take a breath. And imagine you're going over the roller coaster. You're going to come into standing split. Don't worry if the leg's not high. Just a forward fold, or we're softening, or we're bending all the way down. Nose to knee. Maybe grabbing the ankles for the last couple of breaths. Something you're working on in your practice. Inhale again. We're going to turn the hips kind of in the air as we place that back foot down. That left foot comes down. We're coming to warrior two as we come into that side angle. So we'll start with the warrior two shape. I'm just going to come back here and hopefully have the sun so you can see me. So we start in that nice open posture and then we slide the body forward. So just check the knee is over the heel. You're not sort of in this position. There's a little bit of work done on the hips. Come down, lengthen, open, and extend the arm up. So I'm kind of working the body around. There's lots of variations of this. This is a strong pose for some people, and it's a very easy opening pose for others. So maybe come in, come down, or maybe bind. Maybe just a few breaths here and a few breaths releasing. Yes. Nice and warm when we fire up the thighs, so it's good. I'll stay side on for this one, I think, because its transition is a little bit different. So we're going to inhale back to your reverse warrior. And as you come back down, you're going to place your hands, you're going to pick up the back heel so that you're in a lunge. And then you're going to step your way back to into plank, and then place your right hand in the middle of your mat, drop your heels over and come into Vinyasa or side plank. So I want you to work your body open, lift the hips. Maybe you feel good and you want to lift the top foot as well, or not. Maybe you need the bottom knee down. All good. Take another bright breath there. And then as you exhale, come over to your plank. Your choice is down dog or to come through the chaturanga. So we'll come into our rolling pattern. Exhale, down dog. Float the sit bones, lengthen the spine. And let's inhale left leg. So again, three-legged dog. Just take a stretch. Open the body. Feel the body open. And then step that foot through as you come through. Crescent lunge. Drop down, rise up. Come on down. So tuck this hip. Heel over the ball of the foot. Yeah, I know we can sometimes, some of us have got that ability to lunge, but I want this one tucked under today. I want the hips stacked, the ribs coming out of your hips, the shoulders dropping back down, and then you're firing into your legs, right? There's space. There's a bit of heat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale. As you exhale, come around. Start to straighten that back leg if you're going for the full lunge. If you're not, then drop the back knee. But remember, when we do the full lunge, we want this thigh to be firing up. You want the back heel to be pushing back like I've got my hand behind your heel, right? So I'm active in my legs and my upper body's free to then create space for the twist. Long push. Long breaths. Create space. And come back to the middle. Inhale up. Bit of trust in yoga, throw yourself over. Come into your standing split. Keep your pelvis neutral. I'm not twisting, that's a different pose. I want the hips to be a forward fold. So another version is this, you put both feet down. One foot's really challenging for you today. Or if you've got blocks or something around you, then sometimes that can assist you. And again, wrapping around the ankles if you feel like you want to extend the pose. Take a breath. Turn that hip, that right hip and that left hip in the air, and then place it down as you come through into warrior two. Beautiful. Extend out. Tuck the knee. Place yourself down, open to the shoulders. Turn the drishti over that middle finger. And feel light. Feel like the body is opening. Nice work. Keep the leg in position. Roll back just to breathe to open. And then as you exhale, come forward as you work into the side angle, your version. Try not to get in this habit of dropping the heart forward. You've got to be able to rotate that hip underneath. So maybe high is better. In the heart space. Another breath. Come back, mirror. Come all the way through. Reverse the warrior. And then coming back through your plank. Step your left foot back. And this time taking your left arm to the middle and then coming over into your full plank. With a variation of the knee down or the elbow down. And if you're happy to lift the top leg and shine bright, then do it. And then inhale, strong breath in. Full breath out as you curl it round and come through chaturanga. Or not. Nice work. Walk our feet to our hands. And just taking your peace fingers through your toes. Take a breath in. And a breath out as then you start to sink down. Pull your elbows. Pull it out. Allow the body to drop. Dangle the head again. If you find your toes really hard to reach, then using blocks just to take a forward fold. Once we can stretch out for the glutes, we're good. For the hamstrings. And then let's press down for the feet. Inhale, stand on up. When you come to the top, I want you to hook your thumbs. I'm going to stretch the right side first. So let's just tilt towards the left. And just feel like you're opening the body. Nice. And come back to the center. And then taking your right arm underneath your left as you take a seat. We're going to start to push into the eagle pose. So keeping your weight on your left foot as you pick your right foot up. And let's just come down, sink down. You might have your toe down, and that's fine. Or you might be up. But get the sense that you are squeezing your forearms together. You're squeezing your thighs together. You're really, it's a little bit of a posture counter pose, I suppose. We spend a lot of time this way. Our eyes, our hands are in front. So this eagle arm allows us to draw the shoulder blades back and to do a little bit of rehab work on the posture there. So lift your elbows, lift your fingers, hug your shoulders in. Yeah. Maybe sink a bit lower. Elbows stay up. Take a breath. Unravel your eagle like it's going to take flight. And then it's going to come around, swoop around into what we call half moon. So maybe you just hang in the air if you don't have a support. And maybe you're bent and it's wobbly and that's cool. It's a balance pose. If you're familiar with the pose, then you might have a block. You might be on the ground. You might be stacking the top hip over the bottom, working the shoulder to shoulder, heart facing the right, foot flexed, and then letting the tension off the hand as you really create strength in the leg. Just for a breath, soften the front foot, the standing foot, and then maybe pick up the bottom arm, bring it to your heart space, suspend. And then just take the arm down, taking the feet together. Inhale, rise up. Hook your thumbs, press the heart open, and then let's slide the other way. Just trying to avoid being too sunny. There's no one here. Soften the shoulders. And then breathe in. It's time we're taking that left arm underneath. Starting to come down to the right leg as we take the left leg across. So noticing things like the frontal hip bones are facing forward. I'm not in a twist. So if you're kind of trying to do the full pose and then your hips are going one way, then maybe you need to not wrap. Some people can wrap. Sometimes you can do that and then center the feet, but just feel like your hips are in neutral. Again, activate the shoulder blades. So push your elbows out, the fingers up, hug the shoulder blades back together. Feel the space. Maybe sink down. And then take a big breath in as you inhale, rise. Like the eagle swooping for its prey, and then you're coming around and finding your balanced pose. Embrace the wobbles today. You've got a block or a book, or maybe you're just hanging in the air. Such a nice pose to open into. Nice. And just bring your feet down. Just making them a little bit wider this time. We're just going to take the feet out and come into Vinyasa or squat. So if you can squat comfortable enough with your heels down, then that's fine. If not, you can either roll up your mat, or if you've got a cushion or a blanket, something handy, then sometimes popping the heels really invites the body to open a bit more. You want to feel kind of like a T shape. So your tailbone is the bottom of a capital T, and your collarbones are the top. So we're trying to drop that pelvis down and open the shoulders. If you tighten the hips and shoulders like I am, then I use a lot of props and supports to just encourage the body to open. Sometimes we can visualize a pose and then we sort of push the body into it, rather than practicing and just letting the body move through. Some poses are comfortable for the body and some aren't. It's the ones that aren't that teach us the most. So everything's got a good lesson. Okay, so I can tell you're going to end up in downward facing dog. You can choose how you want to get there. So if you're happy just to sit back, that's cool. If you want to have a little play in crow pose today, maybe it's a good opportunity to have some fun. Then it's kind of the same thing. So I'm pulling my elbows out and I'm squeezing my knees in, and I kind of think of these as the crow's feet. And then I just push down. Now, the thing with crow pose is you've got to lift your seat before you lift your feet. So for some of us, we might just tip forward, and that's fine. That's a stop point. Or we might start to lift one foot for a second and down in 2 seconds, have a play, and then down dog. If you're comfortable with crow, there are ways to go, and maybe over the next couple of weeks we'll work through some options. We're a little bit short of time today, so let's maybe just have a play. So, again, my shoulders are quite round and tight, so we are trying to lengthen the spine a little bit here. So if you can do crow, then looking forward a little bit, tucking in, drawing the belly in. It's a very, very super strong core balance pose, I suppose. A lot of trust needed. You might land on your nose once. You'll only do it once, and then your belly will remind you and fire up. If you're in down dog, take another breath. Still in crow. You want to come through that nice fire movement, then take a breath, look forward, and then just shoot the legs back. Come through your taranga. Down. Nice. Let's just jump our way over into a seat. Or take a seat, rather. I'm coming to some back bends. Coming over onto your back. I'll come through bridge today, but if you're feeling quite tired or you've had a big week, then assisted bridge is a really nice way to get a little bit of a back bend without too much physical movement. So if you have a prop or a book, then certainly use that to assist you. You could just stay there for about 8 breaths. If you want to take a more active back bend, then we might start with bridge and evolve to wheel, if that's in your practice. Now, just plant your feet down, tilt the hips. So just tuck the hips down, push down and then peel the spine up. So imagine the tailbone is being pulled up and it's going to keep going up so that you're almost upside down. And then we just engage and trying to work the upper spine open. Sometimes it's good to actually use your upper arm to hold something and push down. Sometimes we'll clasp the arms underneath. Just make sure your feet are under your knees, you're not too far forward or back. Just a couple of breaths. If you no wheel, you're probably going to automatically roll through, put the hands over and bring yourself up. This is a really invigorating way to open up the body for a day. So wherever you are, just going to take a big breath, big open breath. And then just bring yourself back down. Take your toes together, your knees apart. Hand to heart, hand to belly. And just take a moment to gather your breath in. And we'll do another back bend. So if you're in assisted bridge, you're still there. You're going to come back through bridge or wheel. Or maybe you just prefer to stay here, that's cool. Inhale, tilt the pelvis, start to lift up. So really working the body up and open. Maybe clasp the hands, roll underneath. Open through the shoulders, press down for the feet. And there's kind of the energy spiraling down through the thighs as well. So we're kind of rotating them inwards a wee bit. Find lots of space across your shoulders. Lots and lots of space. And slide on down. And sink the spine down and just allow it to drop in, to soften. Pull your knees into your chest. And just rock your way up to downward facing dog. So sitting over on your knees, extend your sit bones up, press through the hands, roll in the shoulders. Breathe in that right side again. We'll scorpion open the hip and then slide the knee behind the wrist. We'll come into half pigeon. So just working to extend the body open. And to take a little bit of props, a little bit of assistance as you kind of negotiate your way down. Without rushing, we don't want to speed up the hip. We want to let it feel supported enough to let go, relax. Taking a breath. And then sliding down as you come into sleeping pigeon. So using your elbows. Feels good in your body, then certainly slide your way a little bit further down onto your mat. Just easing your way back up. Just walking those hands. And just coming onto your right sit bone here. As you come down and just scooping the left leg around. And we'll come into a seated twist. So you want your sit bones to be grounded here. So potentially you're going to actually extend the right leg, particularly if your sit bones don't feel even. Comfortable enough to keep that foot twisted. And take a nice breath in as you inhale and rise up through the spine. As you breathe out, just let the body breathe and revolve. Just turning to the side, the head, if that feels good. It's always a nice place to explore where the neck might need a little bit of length, so you might drop the chin or even drop it to the other side. Twist back, come back through down facing dog just to recenter after those asymmetrical poses. Float the sit bones, soften the shoulders, breathe into the body. And again, to the left foot. Lift it open just to breathe in before you slide that knee behind your left wrist. Very different experiences side, so really think about how that might need support differently than the first side. And it might be that you want to come into a nicer option, which might be two right angles. So kind of work the rotation of the hip, which is what we want, but maybe not as strong. And taking the prop as you extend the body open. Push that knee to the outside of the mat or the outside of the hip joint. And sliding your way in again, taking it in steps. You might stop at the elbows, you might extend a bit further. Holding your way back up. Feel the release of the body. Sliding that block out. Props. Again, just adjusting into your seated twist. Whether it's this way or you're extending the leg out. Left leg that's long and the right leg is over the top. Take a breath and then just wrapping yourself around. Getting the foot out. Time just uncrossing the foot. Come into Pigeon, so have a forward fold, fixing your feet. So if you're a little bit tight on the hamstrings, bend your knees, and then reach your arms up on a breath in. And then really feel the body is dropping over as you breathe out. Keep your heart up like you're reaching for a pole. Soften those shoulder blades, those wingtips. And once you've got that space through the back, soften your way down, and then just come into your fold. You may opt to then walk the sit bones back. Soften your shoulders and then come on down. Just releasing the body back up. We just prepare ourselves to come into Shavasana. If you do have a block or a bolster, or maybe even taking yourself over to a wall where you put legs up the wall, just do a little bit of an inversion for a couple of minutes, but a nice inversion before we come into relaxation. So if you do have that block, then just to slide it under the sacrum. We did before as assisted bridge, which is actually a really nice inversion as well. But if you feel like just floating the feet, if you get it right on the base of the sacrum, this is just a wonderful release for your legs. Drains any residual tension out of the thighs. And effectively it brings it into your system that is constantly breathing, recycling that breath. So we're just taking it away, we're breathing it out, replacing that with fresh breath, fresh life force, and really expanding the body. If you prefer to come into Shavasana now, then that's fine. Just take your feet down and take some space on the mat. Stay for a couple of minutes in this inversion. I'll talk you through releasing it. If you prefer to stay in it for the end of the class, then that's fine. Just Shavasana, now would be the time to release yourself from the illusion. If you stay, then stay. When you're already in Shavasana, then remaining in that nice space. Just encouraging that body to let go for these couple of minutes before we start to head into our Thursday day. At this stage, not having to worry about what's on your to-do list. Just notice the gravity underneath you, just feeling away more tension away as you sink into the ground. Notice the breathing. Notice how the breathing quiets. And then you begin this sense of calm. Just tuning into the senses, how the body wants to move, the ankles, the wrists, circle through the wrists, the ankles, the shoulders, gently maybe rolling side to side. Bundle those knees and with your arms. Stretch the back for a moment or two. Side to roll off to your right side. Just finding some gravity. Take a full moment of comfort before you rise up to sit or kneel. Close the practice with your hands to our heart center. Sending out gratitude to ourselves for choosing to practice, to give yourself healthy, to nourish the body with yoga practice. It's a beautiful thing. And to share that space, all the people in your bubble. Take a beautiful breath in. A long breath out as you bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning, or if you're watching it later on demand. Sorry about the technical issues. We had a little bit with one teacher at the beginning, so I've just jumped in to fill that gap a little bit impromptu. Anyway, always nice to practice yoga. I was on the way home for a dog walk, so. But I'll be here tomorrow at 8 o'clock with a sort of an Easter practice. So if you are around and want to join me, I would love to see you on the mat at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Otherwise, have a beautiful day wherever you are. I hope the sun is shining in your place like it is constantly in Nelson. Bye.